welcome to the History Channel's Life and Times. Last week we talked about Michael Jackson and his strange obsession with children. This week we'll talk about great African-American filmmaker Spike Lee. I am your host, Johnston Honeydew. So join me on this wonderful adventure of learning and knowledge. Come on! There's room for everyone. Spike Lee was born in Atlanta, Georgia in 1957. His mother gave him the name Spike due to his tough nature, but his actual name is Sheldon Lee. Spike grew up in a very intelligent and proud family. His mother was a school teacher and his father was a jazz musician.
As a child, Lee wasn't so interested in the mechanics of film. I never knew that people actually made movies. We just went there and showed up, and the projector was turned on and stuff was playing on the screen.
Growing up, Spike actually wanted to be a professional athlete. He wanted to play for the New York Mets. But as you can see, that didn't happen. It was good for Spike in the sense that he grew up in a household with very creative people surrounding him. He often found himself going to plays and in his dad's jazz clubs. It was very, very crucial that Spike had these kind of influences in his life because later on he knew this exposure would be very good to his career. Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia. At this point, Lee still didn't know what he wanted to do.
Like most underclassmen, there comes a point where you run out of elective classes to take and you have to declare a major.
Boy, do I know about that. The major Lee chose was mass communications, which encompassed film, TV, print, and journalism.
Lee moved to New York around 1976 to attend Tisch School of Arts.
In the summer of 1977, there was a blackout. Lee was unable to find a job, so he decided to purchase a Super 8 camera. This was the first time he would take interest in being a filmmaker.
I couldn't find a job, and I bought this Super 8 camera and I went around New York City that whole summer just shooting stuff. My first Super 8 film was called The Last Hustle in Brooklyn, which was really a highlight film of black people and Puerto Rican people looting and dancing.
So basically it was a prequel to the movie Next Friday. After Lee graduated from Tisch School of Arts, he applied to USC, UCLA, and NYU. His creative portfolio landed him a spot in NYU. For the next 3 years, all he did was make films.
If you were not working on your films, you were working on your classmates' films. That's where I became a filmmaker, just by actually doing stuff. I really believe that if you wanted to do something, if you wanted to become a writer, you write. If you wanted to become a filmmaker, you make films.
Lee's film was called Joe's Bed-Stuy Barbershop. It won a Student Academy Award, and it got Lee an agent, William Morris.
I was very new to the game. My agent said, "Look, Spike, just leave everything up to me. I know how to handle these studios."
The partnership between Lee and Morris was a bust. Morris didn't keep up his end of the deal. Lee soon found that knocking on a few random studio doors wasn't going to work. So he decided to write his own script for an independent film called The Messenger.
The film proved to be another flop. This mess up would periodically trash Lee's name.
He was on the brink of quitting, but then at the last moment he decided to pick himself up one more time and try to re-shine his name. With the movie, She's Gotta Have It.
The film was made for $125,000 and went on to make over $8 million total. Spike's name turned to gold, and the agents were now calling him, even though he wouldn't work with another until the movie Malcolm X. Lee would go on to do many great things, including making television commercials with Michael Jordan and making the movie Do the Right Thing. Today, Spike continues to catch our attention with his passion for film and telling the true story.
This time we'll be no. Johnston Honeydew. For the New York Mets. But as you can see, that didn't happen. Oh.
However he say
You're
it.
fired.
Alright.
Come on! No!
To make sure nobody else
Let me
laughs
see.
except him. No, nobody. If he laughs, don't laugh until.
That's gonna be so hard to do. Wait a minute though.
The Major League. William Morris.
Who the fuck? Go upstairs.
Jones, go upstairs. 3.
Wait a minute, I don't even know.
Abby almost.
Yeah.
Abby almost that just go. What happened to that?
Are you serious? Between Lee and Morris was a bust. Lee was going nowhere fast, and he soon.
Y'all shut up.
His mother was a school teacher, and his father was a jazz musician.
Don't laugh. Shut up.